Welcome back to Cooking for Health. Joining us today is Fallon Bader with crispy chickpeas as part of our plant-based protein cooking series.
Hello, today I'm going to show you one of my favorite plant-based protein recipes, which is all about chickpeas or garbanzo beans. These are just an excellent source of protein. You can have them around in your pantry at any time. They're a good source of protein and fiber, and they're really versatile. You can do so many things with them. So today I'm going to show you how to make crispy chickpeas. You might have maybe seen in the grocery store, you can find like crispy chickpea kind of snacks. They're like dehydrated. Maybe you've seen those before. So it's gonna be similar to that, except it's the baked homemade version. All right, so first things first, you can preheat your oven to 425. And then you'll want to open up your can of beans, put them in a colander, and really wash them really well until all of that kind of like goopy liquid is gone. And then I like to actually wrap my chickpeas in a towel because the key here is to get as much moisture off of the chickpeas as possible. So I've been wrapping them in a towel, just kind of using the towel to get any last moisture off of the chickpeas. If they're still, a little bit of moisture, it's not the end of the world, but as much moisture as you can, you want to get off of your chickpeas. So now I have a nice pile of chickpeas here. I'm making this for one person, so I'm only using one can, but if you want to make extra, by all means, you can make 2 cans. All right, so we have our cans of chickpeas, and next we're going to add some oil. So you want to add about 1 tablespoon of oil. This is what's going to get our chickpeas nice and crispy. And then next we're going to add our spices. And for the oil, I used grapeseed oil. I like to use a higher heat oil when I'm cooking in the oven, and I like grapeseed. Avocado, other vegetable oils are a good choice as well. You can also use olive oil, but I prefer to use olive oil for low cooking. So for the spices, you have a couple different options, and in the recipe, I showed you different options of spices you can use. You can go with a ranch theme, you can go spicy theme. Today I'm going to use, I've got a chili powder mix, and chili powder usually has like spicy pepper, chili pepper, cumin, oregano, coriander, garlic, rice concentrate, allspice, and cloves, right? A really nice mix. So I like for this recipe, if you have a spice blend that you like, use that spice blend. Make it super easy for yourself. And you can also pair the spices with what you're gonna pair the chickpeas with. So if you're eating more of like a Mediterranean style, maybe go with more Mediterranean spices. But you can really do any spices that you like here. And for 1 can, I'm gonna do about a heaping teaspoon of this chili powder. And I'm just sprinkling it on our chickpeas. And then I'm going to do about a ½ teaspoon of garlic powder. And then just a pinch of salt. And some fresh black pepper. And then you really want to give this a good mix. The chickpeas should look like really nice and coated with your spices. For me, it always seems like it's too much spices, but you want more spices than less. The chickpeas are pretty bland in flavor, so they can really take some nice flavor. And I'm just kind of giving this a really good stir so that all of those spices get nice and evenly coated. Okay, that is it. Then you want to make sure that all of your chickpeas are laying flat on your sheet tray. So a good trick is you can just kind of shake them, and voila, they're in a nice flat kind of layer. If you want to make this more of a full meal, what I love to do is chop up some veggies and put them around the sheet tray as well. And then you pop this in the oven and you have a complete meal done. So like sweet potatoes, regular potatoes, broccoli, anything that roasts well, put it on this tray and you can have a nice finished dinner all done. So now I'm gonna pop these in the oven and I'm gonna check them about 10 to 15 minutes, give them a little stir, and then we'll check them again. So I'll show you what they look like when they come out of the oven.
Alrighty, so these have been in the oven now for about 10 minutes, and they're getting already a little bit nice and crispy. So they'll need another 10 to 15 minutes, just depending on your oven. You know, check on them and see what you think, and I'll show you what they look like when I take them out in another 10 to 15 minutes. All right, so it's been another 15 minutes, and they are done. And I'm shaking them to show you a sign you can tell that they're pretty much done is when you shake them. They should feel kind of like harder and drier. That's a good sign that they're going to be more on the crispy side of things. But you can also see they've got all those spices, and the outside should look that nice, dry, crispy kind of texture. Now these are done. You can let them cool. They are best eaten the day that they are made, so I would recommend, as much as you can, eating them today, the day that you make them. Like I said, you can add these to salads. You can add them as like a side dish, as a snack. Anywhere you think you would, you know, make some chickpeas, try making them this way, and they are seriously so tasty. I hope you make them and enjoy.
Cooking for Health. A community cooking class brought to you by First Choice Community Healthcare, Agricultura Cooperative Network, La Cosecha, and other valued community partners. Thank you for watching. Tune in for the next fun and healthy recipe from Cooking for Health.